symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hello and welcome to ARN. This is Paul Bromwell, and today I'm joined by the Hall of Famer, the founder of the Four Horsemen, the creator of the Spine Buster. He's my tag team partner now. That's right. He's our television champion. He's the enforcer. He's AA. He's Arn Anderson. Arn, how are you this week, my friend?
I'm all those things. Can you believe it?
Listen, it makes me excited. I couldn't say it without a big grin on my face to say that you're my tag team partner now, man. How cool is that?
It's tough. It's a pressure position.
It is a pressure position. I don't know that I can live up to it, man.
No, I don't know if I can.
Oh, please give me a break. Oh, man, you're the enforcer.
I hope everyone is having a nice holiday season. Hope you are. I'm sure at your joint. Everything's going well.
Well said. For those watching on video, and we hope that you are, man, check us out on YouTube. But you can see in the background, Arn and his wife, Erin, has done a tremendous job of decorating their house for Christmas, a beautiful Christmas tree. And it's the red balls, which I love that color. It's Arn's color. And she does a real nice job, you said, Arn, decorating the house for Christmas.
There's a little one that's in the living room or the den. It's about half that size. That's the medium one. And then there's a great big one that's out of sight that is just breathtaking. She does an unbelievable job.
Your wife is something special, Arn. Just the way that you talk to her and just hearing stories, and she's going to take care of you. I know you're looking forward to as this drops, you will have been able to get away for a few days. You, Aaron, and Brock for a little R&R vacation. So I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, it's different going to like a Caribbean climate in the wintertime. First time we've done that. I'll let you know and give you a full report maybe on the next show.
Let's do it.
I'm sure it's going to be awesome. We're beach people. We're beach snobs, that's for sure. We like sand white, deep, and the water green and blue.
There you go, baby. Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. Well, listen, you said it before we got on here. Just going to continue. You're doing everything you can for that back and seeing the doctors. You're using those stretching machines. You got a 5-hour flight, so hopefully you can enjoy it, my friend.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, it's just this time is just being stubborn.
Yeah.
So just whoever said if you got your health, you got everything, man, they had no idea what a profound statement it is, because nothing else matters when you're in pain.
Absolutely right, Arn. And man, I just hope, like I said, you and the family have some great R&R time before we really get into that Christmas and New Year's week. And guys, I'll tell you right up front, Arn, when he gets back, we are going to do 2 Ask Arn Almost Anythings. And we want to have some fun with that and kind of put a bow on the end of our year together, answering your questions. So as you're thinking about it, as you come up with them, start jotting those questions down. You can add them on social media. If you follow us on ad-free shows, once the post goes up, make sure you put those posts in, whatever you have on your mind. But we are going to have fun the last 2 episodes of this year, going through all your questions and comments, and I'm sure Elegante will find his way back in. We can't escape them.
Stop.
But we'll have some fun, and we appreciate all of it. Before we get into this month's topic, we're going to talk all things February 1994. Wanted to remind you guys, as we're talking about all this holiday cheer, about boxofgimmicks.com, and the best place to find that gift for the Arn Anderson lover in your life, the Arn Show, is at boxofgimmicks.com. You can find all your Four Horsemen merchandise. You can find, your Arn Anderson merchandise as well. I'm back to rocking that Carolina blue Arn Anderson, that brand new design JD Hoop did. You're rocking your Armed Anderson shirt, which I love. And I got my Four Horsemen hat on. You can't forget about the incredible jackets, embroidered. Fantastic embroidery work on these jackets. Arn, there's a little bit of everything there for the Horsemen and Arn Anderson lover.
I think we got everybody colored. We got some cool, I guess it's called pastel colors for the women.
We do, yeah.
And the kids. We got your black and red.
Yeah.
For the guys out there, and all kind of various other, styles. So grab it, guys. Grab it. Christmas is getting here any minute.
There's also gift wrap. You can get 4 Horsemen gift wrap out there and tree ornaments. So take advantage. Who wouldn't love to have packages wrapped in 4 Horsemen logo? Listen, the JD Hoop, one of our designers that designed some of Arn's merch. Arn, I don't even know if you know this. He designs Cody's ring worn outfit and his costumes, the Street Profits, LA Knights, their ring gear. So this guy is doing some great work, not only for Cody and the Street Profits and LA Knight, but he's come up with some great creative concepts for the Arn store. So check him out. You get t-shirts, hoodies like I'm wearing, and the hats and jackets. And man, we would thank you and appreciate it so much for you guys supporting us in that way. So check that out. The last thing I want to mention before we get into it is Arn is on Cameo. And that's right. He will wish you a happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, congratulations. You name it. Arn, I got to ask, if someone wanted you to sing the 12 Days of Christmas, would you perform that on a Cameo video?
I don't know that song anymore.
What about Jingle Bells? Would you do a little Jingle Bell solo, Arn Anderson style?
Listen, that's not what they want from me. They want me to be Arn Anderson.
They want you to cut promos, right?
Yeah, within reason. Within reason. No lowbrow stuff.
No below the belt.
I'm way past that.
I got you.
Too old for that. But there's just, there's almost a theme with most of my fans. It's the same grown-ass men that you see that are in their 40s and 50s and remembering me when they were a kid. And the stuff that they want from me on Cameo is, hey, just, give them a little dose of what they used to see on TV. And,
that's cool. I love it.
It's pretty much straightforward across the board. And it's you were part of, thanks for being part of my childhood and all those things that really make you feel like your life has had, a purpose. And
you know what? That's the way to do it, guys, is Cameo. Don't show up to his door asking him to sign your belt. Arn, I'll never forget that picture I saw years ago on social media. Did somebody knock on your door and have you sign their belt for him once?
Yep, apparently they did. And I think whoever it was, I must have been asleep on the couch and just got up and went to the door and just still been asleep and signed it because I can't remember it.
You don't even remember it.
It happened and I don't remember it. But if I was coming off of one of those 12-day European tours or 14 days, I would have been in a coma on my feet.
That's one of the funniest. It's wrong. Don't bother the man at his house. Come on, a little respect here. A little, as Gene would say, a little decorum here, guys. But Cameo is the way to go. He'll do a nice personalized message. And you can check it out, cameo.com, and look for the Enforcer. Time's running out. Get one in time for Christmas. Get your order in now. Oh, no more showing up at Arn's house. Yikes.
Yeah.
Arn, we're going to get into it, man. Listen, last week we discussed January 1994 and all the events that month. We talked about the arrival of Bobby the Brain Heenan. We talked about Nick Bockwinkel in WCW. Remember that. The Clash of the Champions where Vader and Flair went toe-to-toe. Rick Rude and Sting, they did their thing in a match that saw Flair. He takes 2 top rope suplexes from the 450-pound mastodon. And this led to that chaotic press conference that you and I got to watch. Vader gets fined $25,000. They postponed the match for Super Brawl, and it was due to the state of Ric Flair's health. And we're going to pick up the story right here, February 1994. Arn, you ready to jump in?
You bet.
All right, let's do it. And I'm going to begin our coverage of February 94, by discussing your in-ring return to television, and for the past several months, you're largely absent from TV following the incident on the European tour, but you're back now. And the return comes on February 5th, 1994. It's an episode of Saturday Night ARN. And as a reminder, these matches were often recorded sometimes 6 to 8 weeks ahead of time, guys. And this is why your actual return to the company and return to the ring don't match up on the calendar. So forget trying to line that up. But we have our first clip of the week, your TV return. And here we go. It's from February 5th, 1994. Let's check it out, Arm.
Tony Schiavone and Bobby the Brain Heenan back on it. What's going to turn out to be a memorable night on WCW Saturday night. If you just joined us, as we're awaiting the arrival of Arn Anderson. Earlier in the program, we discussed Flair's injury sustained at the Clash of the Champions. Saw once again the press conference from last week where WCW Commissioner Nick Bockwinkel basically postponed the matchup. Then Steamboat wrestled. Vader attacks Steamboat, threatening Flair. Really hurts Ricky Steamboat. I don't have a word on his condition. Then Flair calls here, tells Nick Bockwinkel that he wants back in the match. And that's where we are. We hope to hear from Nick Bockwinkel again and bring you further developments on this story. Wow, a lot going on.
Well, the way I hear it, he worked over Steamboat. Vader, he hit him so hard, so many times, that he vapor locked, and now there's a fire going on inside they're trying to put out.
Yeah, Bobby, for crying out loud.
He backwashed.
Arn Anderson and Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. Arn Anderson, who is set to go now at Super Brawl for the World Television Championship against Lord Steven Regal. And Arn Anderson, a former World Television Champion, a former Tag Team Champion. Here's a man that can beat Regal, even though Regal's one of the best TV champs of all time.
You know, I was going to agree with you on that, Tony, too. And I was going to go all the way with Lord Steven Regal. I like the man's his ability in the ring, his knowledge of what he knows. But this Arn Anderson is just so tough, and he's so unpredictable. And he can wrestle, he can fight, he can do it all. He's been there. I look for an upset. I guess it's not really an upset, but I kind of look for Arn to beat Lord Steven Regal.
Lord Steven Regal will put the television belt on the line at Super Brawl, and later on in this program, Lord Steven Regal, in the main event, in a special challenge match, faces Sting. And that is still to come in this program. Side headlock, go behind to a hammerlock. Arn Anderson, like you talked about, a complete wrestler, as tough as they come. A brawler or a wrestler.
Is he ever?
Drop toe hold, showing his ability. Side headlock now.
You know what I'm going to be talking about Sunday night on my 900 WCW hotline?
What?
I have news about Max Payne, Cactus Jack, and the Olympic skater Nancy Kerrigan.
Really?
Yes. Wait till you hear what went down this week with the three of them.
Crying out loud, Bobby.
They don't make this stuff up, pal.
You don't?
The stuff I know about.
That's why you're the brain.
That's it. Whoa! Yeah, this Arn Anderson can beat you so many ways. He's a street fighter. He could win the Olympics. He can do it all. So can Lord Steven Regal. Of course, Sir William will be in the corner of Lord Steven Regal. Who knows who Arn will have? I don't think he needs anybody.
There's a spine buster from Arn Anderson. That's his move. And he beats Buddy Lee Parker. Arn Anderson seeks to become the World Television Champion once again. A belt he once held. And a belt after Sunday, February 20th, he could hold.
Man, you got to love Bobby the Brain Heenan. Arn's a street fighter. He can win the Olympics. I mean, how good is he?
I know he's a tremendous liar. I don't know what it might have. What I don't know what I would win the Olympics at. Curling, maybe.
The discus, throwing the discus, maybe.
No, that takes too much athletic skill. Back to curling, maybe. that thing where they
yeah, right. They just shuffle on the ice. Yeah, I got you.
I might could do that. I doubt it. That was just a profound statement, Bobby. Come on.
But listen, big sell for you from Heenan. Schiavone tries to rein it back in. But listen, this is the infancy of those two being paired together. But it's clear that they have some chemistry. I mean, and why not? Bobby and Tony are two of the best to ever do it. They feed off of each other. You know, you got your antagonist on one side, your protagonist on another side. And you said last week, man, Bobby was easily one of the best performers of all time. But we're quickly reminded about Schiavone, too. I mean, he is special and he's unique. He's getting it done now. And I wanted to have you weigh in a little bit because he's worked with everybody in his role as announcer. If you think about Tony, from David Crockett, Jim Ross, Gordon Soley, Larry Zbyszko, Jesse Ventura, now he's working with Bobby Heenan. That's a vast array of talent and personality. And to be able to come off as good as Tony does week in and week out with this variety of personalities, it's quite the legacy for him.
Tony reported the news. He wasn't trying to get himself over. You could pull any match with him partnering with any of those guys you just mentioned, and you'll never one time see him trying to put himself over and take over the story that you're trying to tell. He just reported the news. That's what to this day makes him so great. He talks about issues and what's going on, not, who he is, how great he is, or any of that stuff.
And he does a great job of always being able to play off the other person and very smooth at it. You know what I mean? No matter their personalities. And I think people tend to lose that when you think about it. Now here he is doing it with Excalibur and Jim Ross and Kevin Kelly. It just doesn't matter. He just figured, and when he was in the WWF for that 1 year, he just has that nuance or that unique ability of, doesn't matter what talent he's working with. He just figures out where to find himself within that relationship and be able to spin off of that person in such a top level way. He really doesn't, get the respect I think that he deserves as one of the best ever.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, he's just, it's his calling. It's what he was put on the earth to do.
There you go.
And he's a wrestling, what makes it fly? He's a tremendous wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
You look at managers who are great managers, they're great wrestling fans. Wrestlers that are great wrestlers, they're usually big-time wrestling fans. Same thing with Tony, an announcer role.
Well, let's talk about the match here a little bit, because this is one against longtime and enhancement talent Buddy Lee Parker. And I have no idea, Arn, when we're going to have another opportunity to talk about Buddy Lee Parker again. But Parker was not only one of the carpenters of the business, but he's also served as a coach, a trainer at the power plant. He developed younger, stars for WCW. Do you have any memories of Buddy Lee Parker and how he was to work with in the ring? Go ahead.
Damn right. He's a pro, A to F. He's great at training down at the power plant, starting guys that have never been in a ring before and grooming them, through mechanics and, teaching them from the very first thing you do, stepping through the ropes. And you put him, he just gave me a hell of a fight, He'll light you up, buddy. Buddy Lee Parker was a salty son-of-a-bitch. And, he was just one of those guys that was constantly good. There was never a match that you're going to pull up and go, boy, watch this stunk.
Yeah.
If the other guy stunk, Buddy Lee would just pound him down and finish it. That's what being a pro's about. And, he was a pleasure to be around. He deserved a position in this business. And if I saw my name against him, one thing, I didn't eat late that day. If I knew I was fighting him that night, I did not eat late, because Buddy, he would test you. And he would try you, and he would beat the crap out of you if you blew up.
Arn, we're going to pause and talk about our favorite sponsor once again this week. That's right, it's Blue Chew time, and they're here to make sure you're delivering that spine buster, putting that spine to the pine every single time the right way, and making sure you're prepared to do so. And they have a special offer for the listeners of the Arn Show. Isn't that right, Arn? Arn? Well, guys, Arn's not around right now. I think he's taking care of business, if you know what I mean. And I want to make sure you have the opportunity to take care of business too. Guys, Blue Chew is an online prescription service. No visits to the doctor's office. We talk about it every single week. No weird conversations. You don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. And remember, the biggest perk and benefit of this, it ships right to your door in a discreet package. So listen, go to bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers. They're just going to ask you a few questions, make sure you're good, your health's in order, and you can take it. And once they verify that, it's going to be at your door within days, all done online. Very easy. And if you don't like swallowing pills, no big deal. The tablets are chewable, very easy to consume. So give it a try, guys. Listen, we hear a lot of folks that listen to our show that have reached out to us directly through our show DMs and said, guys, you are spot on with what you've been talking about with Blue Chew. We have a lot of fun with it on the show, but I'm telling you, it takes away the worries, the anxiety, the stress, and helps you perform the way you want to perform, like a Hall of Famer like Arn Anderson. So there you go. Check it out. BlueChew.com can make sure you're able to perform at your very best every time you get the opportunity to have fun. And here's a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code ARN. That's right, just those 3 letters, ARN, at checkout. You just pay $5 shipping. That's it. BlueChew.com, promo code ARN to receive your first month free. Once again, go to BlueChew.com for more details and safety info.
He's also known as the main guy, I guess, that really helped and worked with Goldberg and get him ready for TV, right? Yeah,
that's correct.
Well, Arn, last week you discussed having to get back into ring shape and how important that was for any talent that took even 7 days off from working a match. Would that be the primary reason for this match, you think, on the flagship TV program? Just, hey, I'm getting back in, gonna get my reps in and just run around the ring here a little bit.
Well, in those days, television was different. You didn't have every match be a 50-50 match.
Yeah, like a star versus star. Yeah.
In those days, television was designed to get one or the other person over. And that was designed to get me over, but in a competitive situation where you can't do it by yourself, Paul. You can be the greatest worker in the world. With the exception of maybe Fit Finley, I don't know anybody that can go out and truly, we have this saying, have a match with a broomstick. It's not a real thing. It's one of those guys, it's the highest compliment that you can give a guy. And, Buddy was one of those guys that you knew you were going to have a good competitive match with. You better fight him. That's damn sure.
Well, Arn, your return to the ring here wouldn't be complete without an Arn Anderson promo, and we get that. Mean Gene's holding the stick, and you address your upcoming Super Brawl opponent, who is going to be none other than William Regal. And this is the February 5th, 1994 episode of Worldwide. We got our second clip of the week. It's you on the stick. Here we go.
Super Brawl on pay-per-view cable TV. Arn Anderson, I know a lot of fans at World Championship Wrestling have welcomed you back with open arms. You have a very important date, a very important appointment at Super Brawl. You're going to be facing the World Television Champion, this outspoken and pompous Englishman, Lord Steven Regal. Keep in mind, he has Sir William in his corner. But, Arn, after all, you've been there before.
Well, Gene, I'm not going to be so pompous as to come out here and claim a victory. Because I know after the events of '93, anything that can happen usually does. What I am going to say, however, I've always been labeled an underachiever. Or should I say an overachiever. A lot of people said for many years I didn't achieve my potential. And then for a lot of years they said, well, he overachieved. He did things without extra special size or strength or speed or good looks. He just got in there, became a student of the business, and dug in. You're exactly right.
You know, you talk about Lord Steven Regal. You talked about Murphy's Law. Here's one for Murphy's Law. Anything can happen and will happen as long as Sir William is around.
Well, I think at this point, to swat me in the head with an umbrella is anticlimactic as to what I've been through in the last few months. So, my friend, gentlemen's gentlemen know their place. They stand at ringside and they supervise. You want to get involved, then I'm going to get you all the way involved. Trust me.
All right, it's Super Brawl. Maybe a little tea and crumpets for Lord Steven Regal. I doubt that. I thank you, Arn Anderson. Don't want to cut you short, but I know it's going to be a big one. And, folks, you can see it all on pay-per-view cable TV. Call your local cable company right now regarding availability. Arn, I thank you.
And here I go again. I called him William Regal, but it's at this point it's Lord Steven Regal, and his partner is William at ringside. So
they do what you meant.
Yeah. Well, here you are. You're back on the mic. What do you think about Gene here? Gene's finishing your thought mid-promo. I'm not used to seeing that.
There must have been, in my absence, something come down from the clouds that make sure they get out on their designated time, because he cut me off, didn't he?
He did, and he kind of wrapped it up kind of short. I'm used to a little bit more Arn Anderson time on the mic here in WCW. But
you know what? I'll give him a pass. It's okay.
Yeah.
Gene Okerlund, you could have done anything with that time that you wanted to, buddy. You earned it, and I'm one of your biggest fans and always will be. You were something special.
And I think, to your point, like you said, who knows who's in his ear or what the talk was beforehand. Hey, this is how long you have, and here's what you have to get across. So let's keep it moving, type thing.
And you will know the truth. It's what I tell guys today. That time did not belong to me. That wasn't my time. If I ran over,
right,
I'm guilty. Jerk it, take it, because it's not mine.
Sticking with Gene here for a moment, he had years under his belt working for Vince, and Eric Bischoff said, hey, listen, when he came in, he's going to raise the production value of the wrestling product when he took over as executive producer, and he made key hires. He brought in Okerlund. He brings in Bobby Heenan, and with Nitro coming in about a year and a half from now, a live wrestling show, how important in your mind, Arn, was it to have people like Gene Okerlund and that kind of experience that WWF provided on your team? I mean, this is a big deal to have guys like him and Bobby, right?
Well, as we know, that you can say what you want, but, you know, WWE, formerly WWF, you cannot match their production. It's just in a league of its own. It's not a bad, you know, it's not a condescending thing to say about any other company, but they stand alone. It is what it is. And bringing in those pros and putting them in those positions just buttoned it up that we were doing everything we could do to try to catch up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, they were doing Wrestling Challenge, Superstars of Wrestling, Saturday Night's Main Event, pay-per-views for a long time, long tenured employees, and they just had that polish and brought a different level of pizzazz, and we were familiar with them as wrestling fans. And so it was exciting, I think, to have him here and see them here in this role, and brought a level of, whoa, wow, Gene Okerlund's here and Bobby the Brain Heenan. This is next level now, you know, for WCW.
Yeah, the tide may be turning, right?
Yeah.
You know, and you can't make light of the clarity of just the show, the clarity of the picture. Sure. What a dynamite looking, the look, everything. It was
everything
on a different level. Production wise, they figured it out early, and they had been at it for a long time, like you said.
Yeah, things were looking better. But let's talk a little bit more about your upcoming match with the Lordship for the television title at Super Brawl. You do have some unfinished business to attend to, and that's with your former tag team partner, Paul Roma. And we've watched the slow turn over the past few weeks here on the show. We've even discussed how Paul Roma was your first match back on the house show loop. But the real blow-off to the program would take place on WCW Main Event. It airs February 13th, 1994. And in our third clip of the week, we're going to take a look at the closing minutes of that match. And then you have a promo that you cut. And let's watch it together. Here, you, Paul Roma, and then another promo from you, Arn, here, February 13th, 1994.
Elbow. Anderson goes on the outside.
Yeah, he deked him good.
So now Anderson is reeling from a great elbow from Paul Roma. Anderson gets the shoulder in. And, oh, no, he tried it again. Well, I tell you, that really hurts. That knee, that patella can really, really crush the head.
Nothing like hitting the knee with your face.
Yes. Now Anderson climbing up top. This is really uncharacteristic for Arn Anderson. And the complexion of the match certainly is going to change from here on out now, I would think.
Yeah, I think Roma's pulling ahead on points. Look at him.
Yes, sir, he's got him. He may have a superplex in the middle turnbuckle here. Anderson hooks him. Anderson hooks the rope with his right hand again. He headbutts him off.
Oh.
And a big clothesline.
I tell you, I've seen Arn Anderson make a couple of mistakes that I didn't think I'd see. I mean, taking a high-risk maneuver against a faster man like this. Maybe it's the emotions that, Arn Anderson may not be thinking correctly, but I think Roma's pulling ahead on points.
I would agree. Roma,
he's strong. Look at this.
he is powerful. Look at this. Is he going to do it like a third time, picking up Arn Anderson?
Arn Anderson's not a small guy.
I've never seen that done to Arn Anderson. Anderson kicks away.
I'll tell you one thing you can't deny, and that's the improvement in Paul Roma since being associated with the Assassin and Mr. Wonderful.
And a rake to the eyes. Anderson grinds the head of his former tag team partner at the top rope. They're going out at midsection. Anderson sending Roma, other corner. Roma saw him coming. Roma, 1, 2, he's got the legs on the ropes, and the referee saw, he thinks it's over. He thought he won.
He felt the pat on the back.
Anderson rolls him up and beats him.
Oh, wait a minute. I think a little misunderstanding here. On the part of Roma, he thought the tapping on the back was the it's over tapping.
Well, too bad. The match is now over.
It's over now.
Randy Anderson argues with Paul Roma, who has lost to Arn Anderson on the roll-up 1, 2, 3 after you thought he won. A very upset masked assassin.
Well, he should be. I mean, in terms of the assassin, Roma made a big mistake here.
A lot of frustration between you and Paul Roma the past couple of months, and that was a tremendous win. Now Arn Anderson at Super Brawl, your shot at regaining a belt that you had, the World Television title, and Lord Steven Regal.
First and foremost, apparently, judging by the reaction from these fans, Paul Roma made the wrong choice. It doesn't go like this. It goes just like that. Now then, we have established who is the better man, if you understand what I'm saying. Steve Regal, I saw, came out here and said, I'm not worried about Arn Anderson. Who are these Armstrong boys? Well, the Armstrongs are a family rich in tradition, which you will find out quickly. But as to who I am, I'm going to show you who I am at Super Brawl. My friend, the name Anderson is synonymous with one thing. When you part those ropes, you're going to get a beating for the entire time the match lasts. Me taking the belt will just be icing on the cake. You see, nothing pretty, nothing flashy about me, but I get the job done. And when I've got a platform like Super Brawl to show my wares, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So Steve Regal, gear up. I'm going to show you something, and it ain't Love American style.
All right, Arn Anderson set for Super Brawl, and we'll see you next week on the main event.
So, Arn, you and I the last few weeks have watched, I guess, what I'll call the disintegration of you and Paul Roma as a tag team. What do you think? This is a pretty basic match where you pin him with the roll-up. There's no is it just time to put this one to bed in your mind, or would you have liked to seen a series of matches, or I don't know, something different to kind of close the loop on the story between you and I? There's no DDT, no spine buster, but it's just a conventional roll-up storytelling. It's over, and you move on to the next opponent.
Well, you're just trying to get a competitive match, you get a win, clean win, without doing too much damage to either guy. You know, anybody can get rolled up, anybody can get schoolboyed, anybody can get put in a small package. 3 seconds is not long. And it's, you know, other than have a guy just have to get beat by your finish or submission or anything like that, there's a method to the madness.
Yeah, I guess it just it seemed a little anticlimactic from, you know, you two being tag champs all the way to the breakup, and this kind of just being the blow off is just, that's the match and you move on. But it is what it is. And I guess to your point, hey, that's kind of what this one just needed. It was closure, and let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It just, you know, we're separating, we're getting away from each other. That's probably plenty.
You're truly back to form here on the mic, Arn. You close the issue with Regal complimenting the Armstrongs, and then you let Regal know what he should expect when he wrestles you at Super Bowl. and you do it with your trademark intensity, man. And that's what we've all come to know and love. What did you think watching that promo as you watched it back?
I didn't step on any words. I hope I had a message that I got across, because I was just starting back, right? I hadn't been back very long. No. You know, it's like being out of ring shape. If you haven't done a promo in months, you might be a little rusty. I think it was okay. What do you think?
I thought it was good. I thought, like I said, the intensity was back. That felt like the old Arn Anderson promos that we enjoy, have come to love and admire. And not only wrestlers of the current age love to go back and watch your promos. And I'm sure they take notes, looking for that same intensity and storytelling, man. You had a knack for always delivering to really make the feud feel real and make us care. And so, man, I loved it. We do have our first fan question this week, by the way. It's from Matt S. And he said, given that just about everyone thought Paul Roma was a bad fit for the Horsemen, does Arn think Roma's old Power and Glory tag team partner, Hercules, would have fared any better in the group? What say you? Do you think Hercules would have been a good fit in the Horsemen?
No, but I tell you what, him and Paul were a pretty good team, too.
That was a good team.
Paul and Hercules.
Yeah, Power and Glory.
Hercules was a monster, man. I'm telling you, a monster. And as you just saw, you know, Roma, it just caught me with back-to-back backbreakers.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You know, I was 250 pounds, and he handled me like a baby. So, guys, you know, was really strong in the gym and, you know, really polished, had some skills.
He did. And he and Hercules, that's one tag team that you often hear referred to by a lot of the hardcore wrestling fans, Power and Glory people. Hey, listen, FTR still does their move. The Power and Glory, you know, they're one of their main moves too. So good little tag team. Let's talk about Super Brawl 4. Let's get into it. That event takes place at the Albany Civic Center in Albany, Georgia. It's in front of 7,600 fans, 4,217 paid for admission. Over 1,000 fans were given tickets for turning in handguns to local law enforcement as part of a local initiative sponsored by WCW.
I'm not giving my Glock up. Don't ask.
Arn wasn't one of the ones who turned in the handguns on that.
No, I would have been absent for that get together.
Love that little nugget from our buddy, the research guy, Andrew. There you go. He, as we've already mentioned, you were scheduled to face Lord Steven Regal in a television title match with a 30-minute time limit. This one clocks in 27 minutes and 32 seconds. We had the final 5 minutes of your encounter with the Lordship, who was seconded by Sir William, played by Bill Dundee, a longtime wrestling booker and father-in-law of your real-life best friend, Bobby Eaton. And so there you go. Our fourth clip of the week. It's you and Regal tearing it down for the TV title. Let's check it out.
The chant of USA as the Minnesota native Arn Anderson battles the World Television Champion from Great Britain, Lord Steven Regal.
You know, there's rumors about him being romantically involved with Lady Di. You know that?
Regal or Arn?
I'm working without a net. Regal, the Lordship, his Lordship.
There you see the Thunder Cage above as we are under 5 minutes. And Anderson hits hard. Now for Anderson.
Time limit, 4 minutes.
Do you think his head ever hurt in the morning when he got up from taking a pounding like that?
Wow. For Arn Anderson, he must take the initiative. He must get the offense going. He must try to win. For Regal, it's very simple.
Arn, did your head ever hurt in the morning after a pounding like that?
Yeah, most mornings.
Okay, well, we answered Bobby's question. There you go.
Yes. Look at Arn Anderson's head. It looks like one of those big honeydew melons. Wow. Bobby, a big gourd.
That's bullshit. I
bet some old woman would come by and squeeze it to see if it was right.
I did just realize something, though. I'm losing my hair.
Bobby said he heard a woman tried to squeeze it to see if it was ripe. Your head. Man, he's taking some shots.
Boy, is he.
Oh, man. See, this is why we got to listen to this stuff.
Does not have to beat Arn. Remember
That's right.
that.
That's what we're saying here.
I know I could walk and talk for 3 minutes. I could go under the ring. I could look at the watch. I could keep busy. He's going to keep the title. He is going to keep his title.
Anderson. Fighting Lord Steven Regal uppercut. They're going toe-to-toe now. The European uppercut. Anderson backs up and then punches his own way.
Here come the fists now.
Here we go. Anderson would not go down for the European uppercut. Left hand to the head. The champion is down. The cover. 1, 2.
No, he didn't get him.
1, 2. No, sir.
His best bet is to go for the leg.
You're right. Maybe to get him to submit here. So much pain that maybe within 2.5 minutes he'd have to give up.
Well,
couldn't hold out.
English royalty would never quit. It's a no-no.
1, 2. 1, 2.
2 minutes remaining time limit. 2 minutes
got his knee right in his eye.
1, 2. Again, Anderson.
2 minutes. Matter of fact, there's less than 2 minutes. That's 120 seconds for you humanoids out there.
Anderson is back up.
He's on his feet.
That's the same thing. Leg trip.
Yes, there's less than 2 minutes now.
Anderson's got the body scissors on. And Sir William is...
Turn him now, turn him. You got him in the Boston Crab. There you go. There you go.
Regal back up. Oh my. Now, double A.
You notice the snap in the legs of Arn Anderson.
The waning moments of the match. He's got the sleeper.
This could be it. Oh no, Tony.
Rolls him up. 1, 2.
No.
Wow.
How much time?
Wow.
Somebody give me a number here. Somebody give me a time.
Just hang on. You'll hear it.
Come on, Ed McMahon. Give me a count. Turn those numbers.
1 minute remains, 60 seconds.
He rolls him up in a minute. 1, 2.
50, 55, 54, 53,
Easy.
52, 51. Hike. No, I mean, wait a minute.
He may have the butterfly suplex.
45 seconds.
45, 46. No, 44, 40. You count. I'm going to watch this action.
I'm going to call the match.
Can you count to 50?
Yes. He's got it.
No.
The spine buster.
But he don't have enough gas in him.
Cover him right now.
He's run out of
30
fuel.
seconds remain.
Cover him. Williams holding the arm. Oh no, leave William alone.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
Shoulder
could this
block.
be it?
Sunset flip.
15 seconds.
Sunset
14,
flip.
13,
He's
12.
got
10.
1, 2, 3.
He got him.
6.
With 6 seconds to go, he cheats. He
What a
cheats to
victory.
win.
What a victory. He should be in the Olympics.
For what?
That's all you're getting.
For umbrella grabbing? What do you mean?
The winner is still World Television Champion Lord Steven Regal.
Arn, immediate thoughts after watching and listening to Heenan and Shivani and watching that match.
Bobby said he should be in the Olympics.
I know. Everybody's in the Olympics. Is this the Olympic year, 94? Probably.
I thought that was something special. Now it's everybody's in the Olympics. Well,
how much entertainment does Heenan bring to a broadcast? We just saw it in 4 minutes, man.
Yeah, he's awesome. You know,
he's so good.
Regal was, I'm a big fan. Much respect to that European style. I love to watch it. It's so cool, and the ins and the outs and the reversals and everything is stuff that you don't see very rarely. And when it's done to perfection like Regal does, it's magnificent. Plus, he's a tough sumbitch. He just really is. You know, English bastard.
I think he represents a TV title champion almost perfect. His style, the way he carries it for a long time, by the way. He enjoys it as an extended reign as TV champion around this time. What'd you think about the pairing of him and Dundee together?
Dundee got heat. You know, that get up
I like
alone. Yeah, it worked. It absolutely worked.
As you might expect, You're working with Regal grabbed the attention of our listeners, and we have a number of questions about this event. Up first, faithful listener Nick Lenz wants to know, how did you feel about going 30 minutes with Steven Regal at Super Brawl 4?
It was a test.
Yeah.
30 minutes is a long time, and it was pretty solid. With him, it's when he gets control of you, he tortures you and he punishes you. And it's like you're not out of his grasp ever for very long, and he's not out of yours for very long. It wasn't like there was a lot of stopping and starting and rolling out and rolling in. Once it got started, we stayed locked up pretty much for the 30 minutes. It was a true test of where my cardio was. That's for sure.
That's for sure, yeah. John Gardner has a great question. He said, what's something new that you learned from wrestling William Regal? Did you have a sense of how special he was going to be? Was there something new that you learned from wrestling William Regal?
Yeah, he took things that you normally would see and you had in your mind, okay, this is coming up. And I don't have the right example, but he would just, the ins and outs and the chain wrestling were just things that you'd never seen before, and you couldn't counter it because it wasn't what you thought was coming, if that makes any sense,
Arn, you and Brock are everywhere. On the road, wrestling conventions, autograph shows, making appearances. You have the comic book. You need energy. You need AG1. Just one scoop and it gives you 75 high-quality vitamins and minerals. I'm talking improving your gut health, sleeping better, improved focus. What's not to like? This is a slam dunk, and better yet, you're going to sleep better and recover better. It costs less than $3 a day. It's completely worth the investment in you, and it's received 7,000 plus 5-star reviews. Right now is the time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. It's so simple. No need for a million different pills and supplements. And to make it easy, AG1 is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit drinkag1.com/ARN. Again, that's drinkag1.com/ARN to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Yeah, he kept you guessing on the chain wrestling side of things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's because it's just a different style. Mm-hmm. And, if you take an arm and you grab an arm bar on a guy, there's American ways of getting out of it, and there's European ways of getting out of it. If you're not familiar with that style, you don't know what they're doing.
Right. And then his follow-up is, did you have a sense of how special that he was going to be?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell a guy in the ring, he's just, if he's meant to be there. The guy started wrestling probably when he was 16, wrestling at carnivals and wrestling grown men. It's a whole different world, back then. It was a rough way to make a living.
Our buddy Dylan wants to know, where does Regal rank for Arn as far as in-ring workers in the history of the business?
Oh, gosh. I would certainly say top 10.
Okay.
Don't know where he fits in that 10, but he's in the top 10, I would think.
Billy Sansagral has an awesome hypothetical here for you on. If you and Regal would have been a long-term tag team, how successful do you think you could have been?
We're still the champions.
They're still carrying gold, Billy.
At 65, we'd still be the tag champions.
Good. Adam Krasnoff, what was Bill Dundee like as an agent? At this time, he was pulling double duty as both an on-air manager to Steve Regal while holding a backstage role.
Well, he had a lot of knowledge. He had been in Tennessee forever. He had worked for Bill Watts. He had been in the business God knows how long. And, if you understand the business and you've been in a company for, that's as successful as Tennessee or Bill Watts, you're bound to pick up some of the things that, that draw money, and draw money is the goal for everybody.
We got another Bill Dundee question from Sam Lawson. He said, Arn, so glad you're feeling better, number one.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. He said, when you wrestled Regal at Super Brawl 4, do you have any behind-the-scenes stories about Bill Dundee, a.k.a. Sir William? Since he's Bobby Eaton's father-in-law, I'm also wondering if you two had any interactions outside the ring. So any behind-the-scenes Bill Dundee Super Brawl 4 or anything because of the relation there with Bobby?
Where was Super Brawl 4 again? What time?
That was in Albany, I believe.
Albany, yes.
Albany Civic Center. Yep, Albany, Georgia.
Yeah. He wasn't operating in actually a producer or agent role. He was just pretty much
talent that night.
He was just talent that night. Yeah, thank you, Greg Gagne.
Okay.
The story to that goes is I had no idea we were going to go 30 minutes. I just had no idea. And I had slept in that morning and I didn't go to the gym. That's a mistake. And when I walked in the back door, Greg Gagne was standing there and he said, okay, I got your stuff today. You're going to be in Regal. You know that. Yeah. Need 30 minutes. And I could tell he was not, in those days, 30 minutes was asking something of somebody. There wasn't everybody that could do 30 minutes and make it stay interesting.
Yeah.
So I went, okay, I'll be back. And he went, where are you going? I said, I got to go to the gym. I got to go sweat some of this shit out. And I'd probably had a few the night before and probably ate late, just thinking it's your normal 10, 15-minute match. And went and got a sweat, came back, ready to go, and it turned out to be okay.
Great match. Any other stories about Bill?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No, I mean, he traveled, him and Regal traveled together. In those days, it was like the guys you traveled with, that's who you had, that was your life. That's who you spent your life with. And other guys that were traveling in other cars, we very seldom went to the same places.
To your knowledge, because Bobby was married to his daughter, did they have a close relationship that you know of?
Well, anybody that didn't have a close relationship with Bobby Eaton is a fool.
I got you.
And I'm sure, they were in-laws, they were family, and that's what it was.
There you go. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Super Brawl, Arm, because it did feature a double main event and contested in a Thunderdome cage. Up first, there was a 6-man tag. Dustin Rhodes, Brian Pillman, and the franchise Sting. They take on Stunning Steve Austin, Paul Orndorff, and Ravishing Rick Rude. The issues here, Arm, between these 6 men have been well documented. Our 5th clip of the week, we have 6 total. This is the 5th. Let's take a look at what happened when all 6 of these Hall of Famers battle it out inside the Thunderdome.
He's ready to fight. One, two, count along with us, Bob. We're up to 5. Oh, we stopped.
Well, it's not like I have to take my shoes off.
Oh, great desperation move by Orndorff.
It's got to be a hard thing for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, to watch his son in the ring in this kind of a match inside of a thunder cage. The feelings of a father. Imagine him watching this. I think it's funny.
Funny.
Yeah.
Tag, Rude. Dustin, who hit the turnbuckle hard, gathers his senses back. Right hand. What a night of action we're seeing.
Here he goes.
Bulldog.
What a move by Rude.
Tremendous. Give Rude a lot of credit. He was in the clutches of the Bulldog, and the only thing he did was allow Dustin's momentum to take him over.
And his strength, the way he picked the man up and set him down that top turnbuckle.
That's right. Whoa, my goodness. We may have a middle turnbuckle belly to back, and that's what we got. You are seeing 6 of the greatest wrestlers in the world, 6 of the greatest athletes in the world. And don't stop there. We've been seeing it all through the night. with Terry Taylor, with Diamond Dallas Page, Harlem Heat, the Equalizer, Johnny B. Bad, the Freebirds, Regal and Arn. And what about the four nuts we saw a minute ago?
Those outpatients, you got me on that one.
Cactus Max, Nasty Boys.
Oh, I'm glad I'm retired and not in there. Yeah, the secret of this kind of a match is very simple. You got to keep the man in your corner, on the floor, so you can utilize the cage. You just have to. Well, Pillman's back on his feet. So's Orndorff. And Dustin is still fighting.
Yes, sir. Well, that's a family trademark. Stunning Steve!
Oh my, he could have broke his leg.
He may have turned the knee.
Colonel Parker is livid. Colonel Parker's beside himself.
He may have busted an ankle. No, he's still back in there. Boy, give the U.S. champion a ton of credit. Does not know the meaning of the word quit. In the ropes.
Is it that they're that tough, or are they too dumb to quit?
No, it's that they're that tough.
That has to be.
Roma! It was the back of the head of Dustin and the mouth of Stunning Steve. Flying Brian!
But don't forget, he's hurt. He's been opened up.
You can see it, but he's got a lot of energy left, apparently. Big back body drop.
Look at that!
So much for that conference.
Oh, he sees it.
That's right. He sees red. Literally. We got all six. It's Thunder Cage.
Tony, I'll see you in the parking lot. I'm getting out of here.
What?
Tony, who knows where they're going to go? They might tip the cage over on us. Look at this.
Rude is out. Double team.
Who's legal?
Brian is.
Look at this.
1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the team of Flying Brian, Sting, and the Natural, Dustin Rhodes.
Sting and Rude.
They're still going at it, Tony.
Sting and Rude are still going at it.
Let me out of here. Oh.
He slammed the door. He slammed the door on Sting. He gave Sting the Rude Awakening on the floor. Sting is down and out.
Boy, did he take one in the face with that door.
You're right. He took it with the door and then a Rude Awakening.
So, Arn, this one was pretty good. Dave Meltzer actually gave it 4.5 stars for those that are into the Dave Meltzer ratings. But, man, we only saw the last few minutes of this, and it was incredible action. What did you think of what you saw here between these 6 competitors?
Well, you made your babyface. Pillman blew up. Fiery comeback, buddy.
Yeah.
And I was a little shocked that he won. I would have thought, as usual, it would have been Sting. So you made another guy, another player. And then you gave Rude some heat back on the end. So you covered everybody, I think.
You said it perfectly. I had it right here in my notes that Pillman gets the big win, but then they moved the Sting Rude program to the next level. So it nailed it. Accomplishes everything it's supposed to. A wrestling historian, he wants to know, what did you think, Arn, of the Thunderdome cage itself? And he said, thanks in advance. So what did you think of that structure?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
It wasn't close enough to the ring to actually utilize it, where you run into a regular cage and it clangs and it's loud and it wobbles back and forth. It sat back too far from the ring. The holes were too big. I mean, it was, if you tried to, that thing that Austin did with the leg through the hole, that was risky.
Yeah.
He took a big chance.
Well, let's close the show out. Our final clip of the week, Arn, you're involved a little bit in this one, and you play a part here. So let's watch it. It is Flair and Vader at Super Brawl, and it's the final match. In the words of Pat Patterson, there's a lot of gaga in this one. So here we go. Let's watch it.
All right.
Oh, I hated to see his career end like this.
Again, Harley Race.
The boss man's got him.
Oh, look at this. He's going to handcuff Harley Race.
No, no. Harley's not handcuffed. No, he's not.
Wait a
handcuff the boss man.
What are they doing?
Yeah, now you got it.
Wait a second. That's the referee.
A little bit of his own justice, huh? You don't look like a boss now. Oh, it's going to happen.
He's got the nightstick.
And he's got the championship as far as I'm concerned.
And Harley Race is coming in the cage.
He's got the lock. He's got the key. Oh, this is going to be messy.
Have a nightstick, Bob.
No, thanks. I'm full. See the cage shaking, Tony? That's the boss man trying to get loose. Oh.
And Harley Race is in there.
Hey, there's no disqualification. Anything goes.
That's right. This can happen.
Race will never forget what Vader did to him.
The boss man, does he Where's his key?
Harley Race has his key. It's just a matter of time.
Big splash. Well,
where's the referee? Where is he now?
See, what's going on here is they want to end the career. You talked about at the top of the program, Bobby, we may have seen the last of Ric Flair, and we are seeing basically a mugging.
Well, you know what's going to happen? The commissioner is going to really stick at the Harley Race in the pocket. May suspend him.
Arn Anderson is coming down, but he can't get in.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
A helpless Ric Flair in the ring.
No! Oh my God!
Ric Flair!
He's still got something left. Where does
Ric Flair get it from? Steamboat has a chair. Steamboat attempting to break the lock off.
Oh, this is serious. They're going to wind up getting their hands on Flair outside.
The boss still trying to get out.
We've seen chairs, nightsticks, handcuffs. You've seen it all here.
Ric Flair!
And I can't believe it. Flair is on his feet. What does it take to stop Ric Flair?
The boss is telling Steamboat, get the key.
Talk about friendship. Look at Ricky Steamboat. Look at Arn Anderson. They are literally fighting for Ric Flair's life.
Oh boy. Again.
What a super brawl.
Heavyweight, he got free. The boss broke the handcuffs in half.
He did what? He broke the handcuffs.
He hit Vader in the knees with the nightstick. Flair's got the bigger bar. He's going for the bell.
The match is over.
Flair wins.
He never gave up. Vader never gave up. He never gave up. The boss man just awarded the match to Ric Flair, but Vader never
gave up. I'm right here. I never heard him say I give up. Did you hear him say that?
Well, no, it was very loud. I didn't hear anything. But
did you hear Vader say I give up?
No, I did not.
I did not hear that. I did not hear that. Where in the world have you been?
Wow. What'd you think of that one there, Arn? That was.
Well, I don't know if Boss Man can make that call, can he?
He was the ref.
I guess I probably wouldn't question him.
I mean, do you have any, as you watch this back, there you are, jerking on the cage, trying to get in. Do you have any recollection of that night at all as you sat back and watched that one? That's a little bit of a crazy one.
Yeah, it was wild. And, they were just selling the excitement. I don't think anybody was thinking rules, no rules. Is this a no DQ? And any of that. It's just a big hell of a fight. Yeah.
Crowd was into it. They're losing their mind. And then, you know what? As we watch Flair and Vader, the feud, they've really put Flair over strong here. I mean, he was taking on Vader and Harley, going back and forth. And that's not many times I remember Flair being so dominant against such, 2-on-1, and he's taking them both down, like Hogan-esque, if you will.
Well, there was a period of time when he was widely understood he was the best wrestler in the world. And that included being tough and fighting and wrestling and all that you put in a ball, and it turns out to be what you have. And, that's why he was over, and he stayed over. And for a long time, he had it all.
It was something. Meltzer reports, by the way, Vader, as you saw, he's rocking some new gear in that match that you're not used to seeing him wear. He's dealing with a staph infection. And it's pretty safe to say the staph infection is probably one of the reasons we didn't have any blood in the world title match. But have you ever had to deal with a staph infection before, Arn? Is that something that's pretty difficult to function with or deal with?
Yeah, it's dangerous because if it gets in your bloodstream, it can kill you.
Oh.
Staph's very, very serious. Very serious. And I saw guys battling it. I never had it, thank God, knock on wood. But it's serious shit.
Arn, that's going to conclude our coverage of February 1994. Huge month. You make your big in-ring return. You're on television. You're on pay-per-view. You're cutting promos. We're loving life. Flair and Vader blow off their feud. Sting and Rude take theirs to another level. And before we get out of here, one more spot here from David Hardy, a name we've not seen on the show before. And he says, so first, welcome, David, for your question. He says, Arn, I was hoping you could shout out to my friend Daryl Green for his birthday. Arn, you're his favorite wrestler. Daryl Green's birthday, Arn.
Happy birthday, Daryl. And that's a good choice, me being your favorite. I'm certain that I did something to entertain you. And that's what, makes a life in this business so good, is you have people from yesteryear come up and go, man, I loved you when I was a kid. I used to go watch with my grandfather or grandmother or dad or a bunch of teenage guys. We called ourselves the Four Horsemen and all that. So welcome aboard, buddy.
There you go.
Glad to have you part of the team.
There you go. I like it. He's an AFS member, David Hardy, and asking for a friend. And Daryl, we hope you have a great birthday. Guys, quick reminder, if your business targets 25 to 54-year-old men, no better place than to advertise right here than with us on The Arn Show. Go to advertisewitharn.com right now and find out how you can advertise on The Arn Show. We'd be happy to promote you, your business, and we've been doing so for many companies for many years, and it's because it works. So check it out, advertisewitharn.com right now. Arn, next week, we take a break from walking through your career. And I should say the next 2 weeks, our fans and our listeners, they take control of the show. We're doing Ask Arn Almost Anything. And we're going to do that as we wrap up the holidays. And guys, come on, look for our posts on social. Bring them in, bring them all. We can't wait to have a lot of fun with you. Check out social media if you're an ad-free show member on Patreon. And Arn, we're looking forward to those shows. We have a lot of fun doing those.
Yep. So ask away. I'll answer almost anything.
Almost anything, Arn. Have a great time on vacation with Aaron and Brock.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
You got it. Appreciate you too, man. Listen, on behalf of the enforcer, Arn Anderson, this is his tag team partner, Paul Bromwell, and you have been listening to Arn.
How are you going to look in short tights?
Never, ever happening, pal.
Next question.
Next question.